The long-standing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah reignited this month, marking a dangerous escalation in an already volatile region. Hezbollah, a powerful Shia militant group based in Lebanon, has long been a thorn in Israel's side. The two entities have engaged in numerous conflicts over the years, most notably the 2006 Lebanon War. This latest flare-up underscores the deep-seated animosity and mistrust that continues to fuel instability in the Middle East. The recent violence is rooted in a complex web of historical grievances, territorial disputes, and ideological clashes. Both sides accuse the other of provocation, and the cycle of violence seems unending. For Israel, Hezbollah represents a significant security threat, while Hezbollah views Israel as an occupying force and vows to liberate Lebanese territory. This latest chapter in the conflict has raised fears of a broader regional war, with potentially devastating consequences. The international community is watching anxiously, urging both sides to show restraint and seek a peaceful resolution. However, given the long history of mistrust and the current climate of heightened tensions, a de-escalation seems unlikely in the immediate future. The most recent wave of violence was sparked by a targeted Israeli airstrike that claimed the life of Ibrahim Aqil, a high-ranking Hezbollah commander. Aqil, known for his strategic prowess and close ties to Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, was considered a valuable asset to the group. The strike, which took place in southern Lebanon, also killed several other Hezbollah operatives, dealing a significant blow to the organization. Israel, which rarely acknowledges specific operations, has not officially confirmed its involvement in the strike. However, Israeli officials have repeatedly stated their commitment to targeting Hezbollah's leadership and disrupting their activities. The killing of Aqil is seen as a major victory for Israel and a significant setback for Hezbollah. However, the targeted assassination has also fueled anger and resentment among Hezbollah supporters, prompting fears of swift and severe retaliation. Hezbollah, known for its commitment to avenging the deaths of its leaders, has vowed to respond forcefully to the attack. This cycle of violence underscores the deeply entrenched nature of the conflict and the challenges of achieving a lasting peace. Hezbollah, true to its word, responded to the killing of Aqil with a barrage of rockets fired into northern Israel. The rocket attacks, while causing no casualties, have disrupted daily life in the region and sent residents scrambling for shelter. Israel, in turn, has responded with airstrikes on suspected Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon. This back-and-forth exchange of fire has escalated tensions significantly, raising fears of a wider conflict. Both sides appear determined to demonstrate their strength and resolve, making de-escalation increasingly difficult. The situation remains highly volatile, with each retaliatory strike pushing the region closer to the brink. Adding to the complexity of the situation is the involvement of other regional actors. Iran, Hezbollah's main backer, has condemned the Israeli airstrike and pledged its unwavering support for the group. Meanwhile, the United States has reiterated its commitment to Israel's security and condemned Hezbollah's rocket attacks. The involvement of these external players further raises the stakes and complicates efforts to find a peaceful resolution. Section 4. International reactions and concerns calls for restraint. The international community has reacted with alarm to the escalating violence between Israel and Hezbollah, urging both sides to show restraint and avoid further bloodshed. The United Nations, the European Union, and numerous world leaders have issued statements calling for an immediate ceasefire and a return to dialogue. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting to discuss the situation, but failed to agree on a joint statement due to disagreements between member states. The United States, while condemning Hezbollah's rocket attacks, has also expressed concern over the potential for further escalation and urged Israel to exercise restraint in its response. Russia, a key player in the region, has called for direct talks between Israel and Hezbollah, emphasizing the need for a political solution to the long-standing conflict. However, with tensions running high and mistrust deeply entrenched, the prospect of meaningful dialogue seems distant at best. Section 5. The human cost of conflict, casualties and displacement. As always, it is the civilians caught in the crossfire who bear the brunt of the violence. In Lebanon, the Israeli airstrikes have caused widespread damage to infrastructure, displacing thousands of people and disrupting essential services. Hospitals are struggling to cope with the influx of casualties, and many people are living in fear of further attacks. In Israel, the constant threat of rocket fire has disrupted daily life, forcing people to seek shelter and live in a state of uncertainty. Schools have been closed, businesses shuttered, and public gatherings cancelled as the region braces for the possibility of further escalation. The conflict has also taken a heavy psychological toll on both sides, particularly on children who have grown up in the shadow of war. The constant fear and uncertainty can have long-lasting effects on their mental and emotional well-being. The human cost of this conflict, both immediate and long-term, is immeasurable. Section 6. Implications and Uncertain Future. A region on edge. The recent escalation between Israel and Hezbollah has sent shockwaves throughout the region, raising fears of a wider conflagration. The Middle East is already grappling with numerous conflicts and crises, and this latest flare-up threatens to further destabilize an already volatile region. The conflict also has the potential to draw in other regional actors, further complicating efforts to find a peaceful resolution. Iran, Hezbollah's main backer, has pledged its unwavering support for the group and warned Israel against further escalation. Meanwhile, the United States has reiterated its commitment to Israel's security, raising the specter of a broader conflict. As the situation continues to unfold, the international community is watching anxiously, hoping for a swift de-escalation. However, given the long history of mistrust and the current climate of heightened tensions, the path to peace remains elusive. The coming days and weeks will be critical in determining the trajectory of this conflict and its implications for the region and beyond.